And we started.
Is this
Am I
thing
coming
on?
out clear?
Yeah.
Testing. Starting.
Bro, I kind of like it when like a podcast is like talk for like 1 minute before and then they ask the guy, "Are we on?" And then we just start.
Yeah, right. I always noticed. I feel like that's like an unwritten rule podcast. Like
Yeah.
you have to talk a little bit and then realize, oh wait, this isn't recording.
Are we on? Like
I
that's
feel
what
like
they always
everyone
ask.
does it in mic. Even I was at a wedding yesterday. I was at my friend's wedding on Sunday, and I think the guy with his brother was speaking on the mic, and he was like, "Oh, is this on? Testing 1 2 3, like hitting the mic." And I'm like, "Why are you asking that 2 minutes into the speech when clearly everyone can hear you?" I'm like, "Oh, it's because he felt awkward." And I'm like, and at first I'm thinking, "Oh, I mean, that's kind of weird." But now that I'm in that position where I'm speaking to a mic, just to break the awkwardness, I'm gonna be like, "Is this on?"
Nah, it's not just for like awkwardness. It just feels natural. Not gonna lie,
Yeah, I guess so.
dude.
How are
Another
you, my
thing
buddy?
I'm good, bro. Another thing I realized while podcasting the last two episodes is that you have no idea what you keep repeating until after you're consciously like being recorded,
Oh
and then
God.
you realize that, oh crap, I say this thing a lot and it's really annoying me.
Yeah, I'm not ready to do that. I already hate my face and my voice. Like
It's
I
not
look
that
at
bad,
myself,
bro.
I'm like, is my teeth gap? Like that's literally like the first recording we did. I looked at it and I'm like, oh God, like I can see the gap in my teeth, and now I'm mentioning it, so people might even look for it. So that's why I'm sitting back now. 'Cause I don't want people to see the gap in my teeth.
Bro, my Wi-Fi is so bad that you just look blurry, so I'm fine. Post production, we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
So,
I
do we
mean,
have a name for
technically,
this thing yet?
no, we don't. I mean, we should probably introduce the reason why we're doing this, right? And introduce
Yeah.
ourselves episode. And we're gonna look back on this episode and be like, wow, this was so crappy.
Hopefully, we look back and say this is crappy.
Yeah, inshallah. See how this goes.
Yeah.
Let's see how it goes.
So far, I've just been introducing this thing as whatever it is, so we can just say episode 101 of whatever this is, and then
Yeah,
go from there.
honestly, I kind of like that. Whatever. Episode 1 of whatever.
But didn't you want to do like a brother thing?
I did want to do a brother thing. Maybe we can combine both themes. But how about before we talk about the name, let's just introduce ourselves, right? As
Right.
the first episode. You
Yeah.
can start first because you're older.
Wow. 3 months, bro.
Respect to
3
your
months.
elders. This is the only
Bro,
time we're gonna show you respect.
I should be telling you that, bro. Come on. Uh, okay. My name is Hussein
Give me
Johari.
give me an introduction. I'm interviewing you. So give me an introduction, then I can go back, and then I'll give my introduction.
Hi, my name is Hussein Johari. Uh, what do you want to know, bro? Like, that's what I'm just wondering. Like,
I
why?
want to know. I don't know. I want to know who you are in terms of like where you're from, maybe a little bit of your educational background, but don't make it sound like a job interview because people are gonna fall asleep, including me. But just give me a quick like if I were coming in, if someone's interviewing you as to why you're even doing this, what are the things you want people to know? People who don't know you, what are the things you want them to know about you that really encapsulate who you are?
Yeah, we should have thought about this before. It's kind of deep, bro. Uh, my, like I said, my name is Hussein Johari. Uh, education, I've done my bachelor's at Rutgers University. A quick rundown on that. I did a
Are you?
what? Oh yeah, or you rah.
Don't. I purposely didn't say that rah rah for that reason. I hate
Why?
that. Bro, it's so corny, man. It just sounds weird. I've never
just
said
say,
that out loud.
I'll just say, are you fine? Are you?
I mean, if you like it.
I've known this kid my whole life. One of the reasons why I chose Rutgers is so that I could live closer to him and my Masi, my aunt.
Oh, you chose it for me too? I didn't realize that.
It was just to freeload off you guys, like just
Yeah,
being
I
honest.
mean, you basically did. You basically just leached off of us for 4 years.
Best time of my life, bro. But
Literally, you had a good life. I
yeah,
gave you
dude.
friends. I gave you a roof. I gave you rides, food. Dude, I literally just carried you for 4 years.
Nah, bro. The food thing your mom did. Give her some respect.
I delivered some. I delivered that shit. Okay.
Did you?
Well, let's just say I did. I don't remember, but
I
I feel like I did. I definitely did.
I went to the business school at Rutgers University. Did business analytics and IT. Haven't used that since I graduated. So great. Um, the reason, I mean, I we let's just I'll just be deep from the get. Like the reason why I
Oh, you're
wanted to
going
start a
deep.
podcast. Yeah, dude. I mean, pause. The reason why I want to do a podcast is for those of you who don't know, I gave a 5 10 style talk at Rutgers University in 2018 about my stammer and my stutter and my experiences so far and conquering, my fear and getting up on stage in front of 500 people. And that experience, not just delivering the speech, but working on that for 3 4 months, was the most fun I've ever had doing something, the most dedicated I've been towards a goal. And not just like plain dedication, but like dedication with me enjoying it. Like I've been dedicated to finish my degree and like study hard, but that's not like enjoying, like enjoyment. This is just a quick rundown. I can go deeper in it later, but that experience was so great. And after delivering the speech, so many people reached out to me saying that this really helped them. This was empowering. They
You
felt
like
like
you
I
like
helped
that.
them. What's up?
You like that feeling a lot. I remember you were very dedicated to this. I honestly I had no idea what it was gonna be like. I remember you mentioning this whole Mark conference, TED conference. I'm like, it sounded pretty cool, but I didn't have no idea of what it was until I saw the video. And dude, that was some cool stuff. I mean, I show it to a lot of my friends, especially when they talk about TED stuff. I'm like, yo, my cousin was on TED. I tell them you're on the official TED stage.
I tried to get on TED after that, but then I guess they didn't take me, so F them. But uh, yeah,
Honestly,
just a
I don't
summary.
know on
Like
TED.
that experience was so great. I've been Since then I've been trying to find something in my life that can match up to that, not just in creativity, but uh, empowering not just people around me, but anyone who watches that video. Right? Not just empowering my friends and family, but
Would you
more
say
than
that
just
was?
that.
Would you say that was your peak? Huh?
That was my peak. That's why I want to beat that, bro. Like, come on. That can't be my peak for the rest of my life.
You peaked.
That's
You
gonna
peaked in
suck.
junior year of
College,
college. Or was it senior year or
yeah,
junior year?
junior year.
Junior year of college. I feel like most people peak in college. That's actually something I realized about people in the states, at least. Like everyone cares about. Would you say everyone cares about college here way more than anywhere else in the
I
world?
I thought people peak in high school in the US, or those are just like the jocks. Yeah. Um, Basically,
Yeah.
I don't want to peak in college, bro. Like that's not how I. I don't want to do that, bro. For for anyone watching, the software we're using kind of bugged in between, so kind of lost track. But I think you were saying that if I think people peak in college or high school, if you look at movies and stuff, they always say that people just peak in high school and then they're done.
Yeah, dude. That's when I realized. Like, I was actually talking to Alifia about this because we were watching a movie
Who's Olivia?
about Alifia. I mean, I guess I can introduce everyone. Alifia is my soon-to-be fiance. We've been seeing each other for a couple of years, and yeah, I feel a little awkward now. I don't know what else to say.
We'll get into the boyfriend girlfriend stuff in a later episode if people care. But
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot to unfold there. I definitely want to get into that.
bro, that's gonna
You
be
know, she was
its
a little
own.
mad.
Why?
What? She was mad because I didn't ask her to want to do this with her.
Wow. I mean,
And
we'll
I
have
told
her
her,
on.
I'm like, oh yeah, we definitely will have her on. Oh god, that day. Yeah, she's gonna probably capture everyone's attention. She has such great opinions and strong opinions.
She's woke, right?
Oh, she's woke, but not even woke. She's just very like. I mean, honestly, like she's just one of the smartest people I know, like in every way possible. Her emotional intelligence is off the roof, but even beyond that too, like she just knows a lot of stuff about people
Be
and
careful, bro.
things about how
Be
the world
careful.
works.
So I'm gonna say, be careful, bro. If she knows too much, that's also gonna be tricky.
We'll see. But anyways, I was watching a movie with her, and it was kind of one of those corny high school love story movies. I'm a sucker for those chick flicks ones. I think it was like to all my to all my lovers, all my boyfriends, or something like that. And yeah, so I was watching it, and I'm just thinking in my head like, why is it? First of all, the way these movies portray teenagers in high school and college is insane. Like the things they did. Like, you remember Degrassi? You ever watch
Who's
Degrassi?
that? No.
It's a show. It's not who. First of all.
I okay, fine.
No, but anyway, my point being is, it's just crazy to me how these teenagers in high school and college, like, okay, fine, they're driving. I drove in college and I drove in high school, but like they're like they have they have like part-time jobs that are. I mean, everyone had part-time jobs, but like the problems they were facing and the autonomy they had in school was crazy to me. And they look not only that, but they also physically looked older. For some reason, they always cast adults to portray high school teenagers in college and high school, which is weird to me. I don't know why they keep doing that. They should actually just because they should just recruit kids. Kids are good actors because we were
Yeah.
kids during that time.
If you look at Disney shows, they're all kids, like actually kids. So it's a little their acting is a little corny, but they're still kids, right?
Say that one more time. I think your voice cut out a little bit there.
Hello.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, when Disney has a TV show, they're always casting kids. I don't see
Yeah,
any
exactly.
adults unless they're like the parents or like the butler or like a maid or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like Sweet Life was about kids, and they did kid stuff. It just seemed more fun and realistic and relatable. But sometimes I watch these high school shows, and I'm like, I can't relate to this stuff at all. Sometimes I see that stuff and the drama and the bullying, and I'm like, wow, like I'm happy real life is not like this.
Bro, did you watch
Or maybe
Euphoria?
it is. Oh, I haven't seen Euphoria.
Euphoria.
I've heard some crazy stuff about that show. I know it's really good.
I heard it's made like very depressing. So like, I don't want to touch that. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, like honestly, that's sometimes I try avoiding these type of really good shows, especially from HBO. If it's an HBO show, I'm gonna avoid it until I know I have free time because I know once I get hooked on, I can't get unhooked, and then bye bye productivity, and then me feeling
Bye.
depressed, right? Literally, like, dude, when I get hooked on some shows, my entire world is in the lens of those shows. Like, if a really depressing thing happened in that show, I'll be in that mindset. Like, I'll be in that serious mindset. It's so weird. I feel it's kind of dangerous.
Oh, so do you embody the character, the protagonist of the TV shows? Like, do you?
I wouldn't say I embody them, but sometimes I'm like a nerd, and like I'll have these scenarios in my head, and like sometimes I'll like imagine scenarios in my head with that character situation. I don't know if that makes any sense. And I'll be like dramatic in my mind. And even when I'm walking around, like for the first, like maybe like, especially after a really serious episode, I'll walk outside, I'll look around as if I'm in that scene and like think about certain things. It's so weird. I can't believe I said that out loud. It sounds so dumb. But
I
that's
saw
why I gotta get up sometimes, bro.
I saw a meme on Instagram where like the person was basically saying like they become that persona for some time after watching a TV show or an episode of something.
Yeah, right.
Like that's what I mean by embody. Like they become, they start to believe they are them in that scene or in
Yeah,
that
I
moment.
mean, yeah, yeah, definitely. Like, I'm trying to remember like the last show that impacted me so much. I think it was what was the last show that I watched that was so serious and I couldn't get my hooked off of it. I can't remember on top of my head for some reason. But
For me,
that's why
that's
I've resorted to watching. What's up?
for me that's One Piece. But continue.
One Piece. Oh, I mean, anime. Oh yeah, I mean, Attack on Titan, bro.
Anime
We'll
will
save Attack
get
on
to an
Titan for
episode
another
too.
episode.
Yeah, I haven't caught up fully to the anime
That deserves its
because me,
own.
because me and my sister we wanted to watch it together, but she doesn't want to watch week to week, so we left off at. Okay, we'll avoid spoilers for now. We'll do another episode if someone's watching Attack on Titan right now.
Oh yeah, man, we gotta avoid that. I mean, you know what's funny? The first time I watched Attack on Titan was at your place.
Dubai?
What is it like? Why or when?
No, in Dubai.
Yeah, in Dubai, man. It was like 2014. That was like the last time I came, right? Pretty sure. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was the
that's
last
the
time I
last
came,
time.
2014. Speaking of, I mean, we should probably talk a little bit about um like our relationship too once you're done. Because I know you were introducing yourself, and I think we got completely sidetracked, which I saw coming for sure. Um, this is gonna be a lot of ADD type of conversations, just letting everyone know,
For sure.
which is
Uh,
something we wanted to.
that's why when people say that you should have like a script of a podcast, then when I get into the mode of like having a conversation, then I focus on the script so much that I don't listen to what the other person is saying, right? So then you miss the whole point if you're just following a interview script. Like I don't like
Yeah,
personally. I
exactly.
don't
That's why I
like
didn't
that.
want to do that.
Yeah,
Like, I
but
feel a little weird not knowing exactly what to say next and how this is all gonna wrap up. But I'm trying a new thing where I start trusting myself in the universe a little bit, and I'm gonna try to just do things and then see how it goes and just learn from them. And that's
so
something you've been doing too, right?
the first podcast episode I did with Hatim and Murtaza, that was completely unscripted. Like, and I was a little too ambitious with that. So 1 hour is not definitely not on the table right now. I'm not that great. But the second episode, I had like a rough sketch, or like I had two major questions which I wanted to get into, and then from there just digress. So like I think that's a better format for me personally. I think I might just
Yeah,
have like one or two overarching themes. Like it was basically I knew that I wanted to ask him about drop shipping because he's into Amazon, like e-commerce consulting. So that was going to be a good relevant question.
who is?
The guest last week, Murtaza, another.
Oh, you using
I,
drop shipping?
yeah. So and then he also had a side hustle, so I knew that that would be like a good segue. So that's just a core concept of what the show is going to be, and then from there you can digress and like go off track a little bit. That's nice. But
Yeah, I mean, this
but
segment we decided that would be more free flowing and just thought provoked because that's what I was interested in.
yeah,
Um,
we want to get deep, bro. Get
yeah,
deep.
you want to get deep, have those deep talks. I don't know why my voice went deep when I said deep.
But let me just finish why I wanted to do this. Basically,
Yeah. Sorry.
maybe one day I'll come up with a solid like 30-second elevator pitch on why I want to do this. But this is like a long-winded way of me saying that I want to get into something creative which can help me grow and impact other people. I learned that from the Mark Bucket speech. That was an amazing experience. I want to replicate that for the rest of my life. That's why uh, side tangent a little bit. Around that time, I wanted to get into perfumery maybe because that's a creative thing. You sort of impact people because they wear your fragrance and then they something along those lines. But it didn't work out obviously because I think I was looking too much into the profits of that and not really doing it for the creativity. So I
And
think that's what
I like that you said that because that's something I want to touch upon right after you finish this.
yeah. So there's actually I don't know if I've listed that vlog, but I have like a mini 20-minute vlog with my friend Rishi and Hina, where I spoke about perfumery right around that time. It's kind of cool.
Really? When?
It's unlisted right now. I haven't published it openly, so
Oh, this is like a behind the scenes type of like
yeah, like
prequel.
yeah, my Rishi was basically convincing me to just start vlogging every day and see how that changes my life. And at
Oh
that time, I
wow,
was like,
that's a while ago.
yeah, at that time I was like, I'm not a vlogger. That's kind of weird. That's a wannabe thing. I didn't want to do it, so I did like
What's
one
funny?
20-minute thing, and then I just left it.
How many years ago was that?
3 years ago, no,
Dang, man.
4 years ago.
It's ironic, man, because a lot of people have come up to me and they're like, "Dude, you should like vlog." And like Hassan told me that, and then I told him, he's like, "Oh, you're good on being talking and be on camera." I'm like, first of all, dude, I don't think I'm good on talk and be on camera. I can talk, yeah, I can keep my mouth open for a while. I just have a lot of thoughts in my head, but it's
I mean,
weird. I
that's what
think it's kind of
right?
ironic that both of us, or a coincidence that both of us are doing this like that. Because both of us, people came up to both of us and said that to us.
I mean, this is just a medium for us to get our thoughts out, and hopefully people resonate with that along the way, right? Like that's what we also want. We just don't
Yeah.
want to word vomit and then not engage with anyone. But
Yeah, I mean, this episode I can see is already pretty disorganized, but we'll get better. It's part of the journey.
yeah, but it took me 20 minutes to say why I want to do this. That's basically what it. Uh, yeah,
That's
if
it.
if
That's all you want to
if
say
you
about
want,
yourself? Nothing else?
I mean, we got into a lot of side tangents, so like maybe in another episode, let's keep something. Let's keep a cliffhanger.
Yeah. Maybe the our many millions of viewers can learn about you as each episode goes on.
People really care about me. The 10
Yeah.
people who watch my YouTube video.
You got 10 people watching?
No, I got like 60 views actually from
Oh,
the last.
really? Oh, dude, that's pretty impressive.
Dude,
I'm
LinkedIn,
I'll be honest, I thought I was like the only view.
nah, bro. People say TikTok's where it's at. LinkedIn is getting me crazy views on those posts. Like the last two posts, I got like 1,000 impressions each on it. Like it's crazy.
Oh, that's awesome. Maybe I'll post on my LinkedIn too.
Yeah, so like we can just post, make a separate post for this on your LinkedIn too. Just don't just share my post. I mean, I'll also
Yeah.
share your post. You can share mine, but like create another.
I mean, we'll just tag each other.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll give my introduction. Not that you asked me to give mine. Rude.
I asked you, bro.
Did it, man.
Just
Okay.
continue, bro.
It's okay. I take care of myself.
Piss off, bro.
Piss off. I forgot that. I think you're the only person I know who says piss off. Is that like a British slang? What is that? Where's that from?
Yep. Yeah, you just went to London, bro. It's from.
Okay, hook.
What's up? I couldn't hear you there.
Yeah, I think your mic's having a lot of like urban.
Is that bad? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's like a lot of beeping and low humming. We'll edit that out. But anyways, so about me, I'm Aziz. So Hussein and I are cousins actually. Fun fact.
Yeah.
First cousins. Both of our moms are sisters. My mom's the eldest, though Hussein is older than me by 3 months, as I said in the beginning of the episode. But yeah, something about me. So I am well, I graduated from Rutgers as well, with a year before Hussein, and I studied biomedical engineering. And before everyone, if you are thinking that, oh wow, it's really hard, it is hard. I don't like saying it that what I studied, because it makes people think I'm smarter than probably what I actually am. And I clawed my way out of college. I'll proudly say that. I like to be pretty vulnerable, and I want to be vulnerable on this. So yeah, I literally clawed my way out of college. And you remember, man, I was struggling. That was some tough years. You've seen it all, buddy.
I mean, there's a lot to say. We'll do another whole episode just on you, bro. Can't wait for that one.
I think I need a whole side series on me. Not that
Dude, that's gonna be season
Yeah.
1 of this show. Season 2, then I start, bro.
Oh, okay. All right. Fine. But anyways, yeah, I graduated from Rutgers, from Central Jersey, big RU, um, in 2020. Best year to graduate,
Cool.
good times.
Let's not say that word, bro. Actually, I was just gonna say it, but like, I think platforms like censor you or something nowadays. The C word.
Which word?
The C word.
Oh, the
Yeah, like
the
I've seen YouTube videos where they avoid saying that word, but you know what we're all talking about. Because then
I think.
they flag it saying that learn more about this, and then it's just a little weird.
Oh,
Uh,
really? Why are they
yeah,
people giving like false news or something about that? Like fake news about that
yeah,
stuff?
fake news, fake news. That's why they're like get vaccinated and all that stuff.
Really? That's weird. I feel like I've heard a couple of podcasts mention the C word. So
Bro,
when
Joe
you first
Rogan,
said the
huh?
when you first said C
I,
word, I was thinking of something completely different. And I'm like, wait, what did I just say?
it's not the word that rhymes with run.
Oh, now thanks for making it more obvious. I guess we gotta add like a PG whatever for these podcasts. But anyways, yes. I guess I'll avoid it for now. I'm gonna do some research on that. But yeah, good time to graduate. I'm being sarcastic, obviously. It's a very tough time to graduate. I think I definitely want to dive into that too as another topic about the transition from college to adulthood and how that felt for me, and I think a lot of people can relate. But yeah, and then as soon as I graduated, I did some really cool research when I was in school. I think that my research was always the only thing that inspired me to do what I did today, and like the only thing that gave me hope that I can maybe work in something cool. And like I think that's where I learned everything, honestly. Like I don't think I learned anything from classes. Like our classes at Rutgers, there was like 300 kids. We were just a number on a sheet. So unless you really went out of our way, it was just hard to really stand out and get that attention, fortunately. But yeah, I studied biomedical engineering and I was into like 3D bioprinting. I love 3D printing. I think it's really cool. Like the whole concept of engineering, like creating something, like engineers create the world that people want, something like that. I forgot the line. I think I butchered it completely. But I wanted to be like that. And looking back, I don't know if engineering truly was my calling, and I still don't know. But so far, I'm making it through. And currently, I'm working at a startup. It's a 3D bioprinting startup, and I definitely want to talk
Okay.
about how I manifested me working there because even to this day, I still think like, wow, like I literally talked about this. I feel like I talked about it out of my ass. Like, oh yeah, I
You
want to
did.
work for a bioprinting company. I did. Thanks, man.
I remember that a lot. Like whenever we had like family come over from like India and Dubai, you would just say that like that's my goal, and then I was just like, cool,
Yeah.
hopefully, like
Did you
nanotechnology,
think
all
like,
that
what
stuff,
is this guy saying?
huh?
Were you thinking in your head like, what the hell is this guy saying?
No, because what I realized also is I do that a lot. Like uh, sometimes when like elders ask me what I'm doing and what like I'm planning to do, I give like a fake elevator pitch.
Yeah,
So
dude, I hate that.
I thought that's what you were doing. So I was like, okay, cool. I hope you want to do
No, no,
that,
no.
but if you
You're
don't,
right. That literally was. I mean, honestly, it was half and half. I can't. I don't. I gotta think about it more now. Interesting point you brought up because you're right. It was like an elevator pitch. Honestly, man, that's why when I talk to people, I try to consciously avoid asking them the first question being like, "Oh, what do you do? Where do you work?" Because I think over here, at least, I'm not sure how it is over there, but over here in the States, work is your life. And I
right?
recently learned from Alifia and just honestly just being more introspective and just being more aware of my surroundings, how toxic it is that people just define themselves by work. I mean, that's how I did for so long, and I still continuously do. I define my worth and who I am by my work. But your work is just one part of you, right? Like, it should not be taking over your life. Like, I often say that America is the richest country in the history of the world, but it also has stole its soul for money, and I still stand by it. Like, I think people are so individually invested in their work, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I think everything requires a balance. And a lot of people really are defined by their jobs. Um, and maybe I'm overgeneralizing because I know in the brown community, the first thing they're like, "Oh, beta, what do you do for work?" And then you start giving your pitch, and then
Are
based
you
on your
doctor?
job, they'll expect you more. What?
Are you doctor?
Are you a
That's
doctor?
basically what they're
Are
looking
you a
for.
lawyer? Are you an engineer? Like I checked off the engineer box.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was yes, I work at a 3D bioprinting firm, and for those who don't know, bioprinting is like literally how it sounds. Like you're printing out biological material. And my company, which is called 3D Biotherapeutics, look it up if you guys want to have some time or are interested. We are one of the we like to say we're one of the first and only, we're not the first and only, but we are one of the top um, or like one of the main companies working on printing out organs eventually. But right now we're trying to print out tissue, like cartilage, which is present in your ear and nose and knees. And yeah, I can go into more details, but I realized that my nerdiness comes out, and then I go off a tangent, and then that's gonna be a whole other episode right there. If
No,
we're interested in talking.
I definitely want to know more about that field. It's interesting. Not just
Yeah, man.
biotechnology, but also 3D printing in general is the future. Then we should
Yeah, dude. I love. I mean, I love 3D printing. I just think the concept of it is cool. But when I say I love 3D printing, I want to be real here and not be fake because I do own a 3D printer and I have put in the beginning I was really into it. I was 3D printing a lot. But then
Bro,
I kind of
you and
stopped.
Hassan
It
were
kind of
doing
bothered me.
that, right? Like,
No, that was laser printing.
oh, okay, sorry. But continue,
That was
sorry.
laser printing. But it was part of that laser printer was part of the 3D printing space. In the sense that the place makerspace was like it's full of 3D printers and laser printers. And just for some background, makerspace is like a little building at Rutgers, and I think a lot of colleges have it. I know NJIT has it. I'm
NGIT
not
one is
sure.
huge.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah, I wish Rutgers was bigger. They should have invested more money in it. But it was the coolest place for me, man. Just imagine being in a room full of like printers printing out stuff and like laser printers doing stuff, and it's like a little like nerdy engineering box of places where a place where you can literally it's like a little factory. You can make anything, whatever you desire, you can make potentially.
Right.
You know. But anyways, yeah. Just to get back on topic, I bought a 3D printer during that P word time that I think we're avoiding to say right now. And I did it because I remember it was really weird. I've been looking for an excuse to buy a 3D printer for so long after being in makerspace for a while, but I'm like, oh, it's probably so expensive. And honestly, it's fairly affordable. And 3D printing has been here for a while. I didn't even realize that. People think it's a new technology. 3D printing has been here since the 80s. Crazy to me. Like, I don't know why
How
just
much
now
is
it's
it?
catching some like fire and like, maybe not just now. I mean, just for me, but I know that people didn't know it existed for a while.
What's the entry level cost of getting one?
Were you saying something?
Yeah. Like, how much is that 3D
What's the
printer?
entry level cost?
Yeah.
Well, I can just share with you. I bought mine for 285. Not that bad. USD. It was a Creality Ender 3 Pro, or Ender 3, not Ender 3 Pro. And then the Pro came out after, and it's like a little like open. It's not enclosed in a container. It's like an open 3D printer. I built it with the part. Like they gave us parts, and I followed the instructions and built it, and it was really cool. And honestly, it's probably the best bang for your buck printer for those of you who are interested. I think it's like cool because it's kind of like imperfect. And I at first I was annoyed by it because I'm like, there's so many flaws in this printer. I noticed that right away, like the way they designed it. But I realized it's good because it allows you to customize and improve it to your way. And if you go on online on YouTube, you see like some of these people like the way they upgrade and like make their printers a lot more sophisticated and better is just insane to me. And all those parts that they made, they 3D printed from that printer, which I just think is crazy, right? Like it's a self improving type of product where you can literally make it better just by printing out more parts and using itself to rebuild itself. Which I think is the craziest concept.
Is it is it built on AI or no? Was that like an accident?
Built on AI. What do you mean by that?
Like, isn't that what AI or machine learning is? Just like continuously learning and getting better.
No, dude. That's. I think you're thinking about a different topic. I'm saying like people like the 3D printer, like people. For example, some I saw a guy like the wires are really like all over the place, and I saw a guy 3D print these clips like 10 to 20 clips, and then he put it around, and he did it in different colors, some add some uh like some flair to it, and like he made this whole like enclosure for the wires, and like that he made like some people made like a fan fender that would channel the air in a different direction for like better
Dude,
performance
honestly,
improvement.
when you come to Dubai in November, right? I have a couple friends who are into 3D printing already. They're doing it as
Oh
a
really?
side hustle. I was gonna have them on as a guest, like in person
Definitely should.
uh,
Definitely
guest.
should.
But if you're coming in a couple of months, so maybe you can uh, do that one.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
dude. I think we definitely should do that. I would love to. Yeah, I would love to speak to them. But I think I got off on a tangent. I think the main thing I was trying to say was I bought it because my professor was like, "Hey, um, the hospitals need supplies, and I have a file that we can use to uh, print masks for the surgeons and doctors." And this was like early 2020,
right?
right when everything started. And he literally said it was like a call to arms. He was like saying like, "You guys are studying biomedical engineering, trying to help the world. Well, prove it. Buy a 3D printer and help us out." And he half said as a joke, but I took it seriously. And I was like, wow, like I felt really empowered by that. I was like really inspired. I'm like, this is it. This is the calling I needed. So I immediately went on. I emailed him. I'm like, hey, give me some recommendations. And he sent me this one as one of the options. And I looked at the price. I think I just chose it because it was like the best. It was the cheapest price. And I'm like, and that was like probably like, really uncharacteristic of me because I always overthink any decision I make, and I'm like thinking about, oh, how am I gonna do it? Like, what is the point? And like, if I'm gonna spend money on it, I gotta make sure I do it right. But I didn't really think much. I just did it, and I'm honestly really glad because I think that's how you should do things sometimes. You don't need to think too much. If you think too much, you kind of psych yourself out of it. Like this podcast, for example. So I bought it,
How
and
often? Uh, okay, this is a side question. I think finish your story first, then.
yeah, yeah, I'll wrap it up real quick. I've been saying that for a while. I bought it and I did it, and I actually printed out a bunch of mask connectors and I sent it in. And I was like, to this day, I feel like wow, like that's so uncharacteristic of me. I
Wait, what
thought
is
of
that?
doing
What's a mask connect? What?
like so I printed out adjusters, like like how you have like the mask on, it's on your ears and it hurts your ears because
Right,
there's string. So there's like adjusters or like the strap that goes behind your neck and it has like different adjustments that you can just put it on there. So I put on a bunch of those
right.
which were really simple. It's a simple file, and I printed out like 20 at once. Beauty of 3D printing. And then I also this mask clips, like this band that you print out, and then you put this like face shield over it, and like the band has like these protruding like little like cylinders, and then you poke holes in the plastic and you put it on there, kind of like
Yeah,
I don't know how to describe it. I'm like losing the words. I don't know if it makes sense. But these face shields, but all the face shields were provided by like the hospital, but they just needed like these adjusters that are like cheap and they can be replaced. And I just printed out a bunch of those. And I like dropped it
right.
off at school. And I think that was like a small moment of pride for me that I actually like applied my learning. It was really nice because I know I was looking for a job and I felt a little bit out of it. I felt really like demotivated and kind of sad. And I was glad I
Yeah,
finally applied some of my skills on that. The first time I saw my engineering as being useful, and like me not feeling that imposter syndrome for like maybe half a day, but then it came back right away. Um, but yeah, so I did it, and then like you mentioned those guys like who made it to a side hustle. I was like trying to make this 3D printing like a thing for me, a hobby, and like make it to like a side hustle too. I think I psyched myself out of it because I don't know. 3D printing, though it sounds really cool and amazing, it's also a pain in the ass, like so annoying because one small thing, like if you don't design your file right or like put the right settings, and like if your printer is a little bit off, like this printer is like it's like completely manual. You program the file and it does what you say tell it for it to do. It won't like intelligently adjust or give you a warning sign like, hey, this doesn't make sense. And you'll find out the hard way when I remember I kept this, there was like this print that was supposed to be for like 5 hours and I kept it overnight. And imagine me waking up to this pile of like plastic filament into this like dust ball. And I was like, what is this? And I was so upset. And I was so excited when I went to sleep, like, oh, it's gonna be this cool thing when it wakes up and when I wake up in the morning, and it was horrible. Well, I
Dude,
actually have a 3D print. I can actually show it on here.
I wouldn't be able to
Made this.
sleep if I were you. Like, I would just be excited to see it.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, I was so excited. This is like
What is
something I
that?
printed out. You guys can see.
That's
It's
cool.
like this cool picture thing. Yeah, like you put some
Dude,
light through it,
uh, I think you
print
should
it.
take a picture of this and like include it in the LinkedIn post. It'd be pretty sick to see.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
just to
think I will.
show some context. That's nice. What is that?
But yeah, this is another thing I printed out.
Is that Arabic?
Yeah, it's Arabic calligraphy, and I printed out this is stand. It's like one of my small, simple but proud prints. My early days.
Oh,
Really cool.
that's cool, bro.
Yeah, man. But yeah, and then I stopped because like I think the problem was I added this pressure, and then once I added the pressure, I started dreading it, and I avoided it, and then I just now it's like literally it's my apartment, but it's dusty in a corner, and like sometimes I'll feel this like inspiration, I'll print out a couple of things, but then once it starts getting really hard, it's a lot of trial and error, a lot of guess checking, and sometimes I don't like that process, so I'm trying to rewire why I like 3D printing and do it for the fun of it, not for the outcome.
Not for the
Like enjoy
business,
the journey.
like not for the side hustle, right? Just for
Exactly. Not for the end result, but enjoy the journey. That's something I've been working on a lot this past year. Like enjoy the journey. This is something I definitely want to dive into as well as a topic. But yeah.
that's
So
yeah.
back to my overall introduction. Um, that's 3D printing, something I really love. So I found this company. Now I'm working as an R&D engineer. We're trying to figure out like we're working on this really cool project. We're trying to recreate the human nose actually, and we figured out a way to print out cartilage. So
The human
I'll,
nose is
gi-
mostly
I'll
made of cartilage, right?
Yeah, yeah. So like this is like the bridge and like the septum in the between. We figure out a way that's all cartilage. And for people who need replacements for that cartilage, there's a lot of unconventional ways of doing it currently in industry. So we're trying to make a much more easier, less invasive way of doing it, which I'll dive into later. I don't want to go into that right now. But yeah, I work for there. So far, so good. Startups are kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, and then that allowed, and it's in New York City. So I moved out of my home, New Jersey, my nice suburban bubble, and came to the city. Well, technically I live in Jersey City, but I would like to think of Jersey City as like the fifth borough of New York City. It's just as expensive and just as crazy, and literally a 10-minute train ride away.
Yeah, I mean that's what
And yeah,
I think that's what everyone in Jersey City likes to believe that they're in New York.
yeah,
Yeah,
I like Jersey City. Did you like Jersey City when
oh,
you lived there?
bro, I live in the hood there, bro. You just like saw my place.
Yeah,
You saw my
dude,
apartment.
I remember the
You saw my.
cockroaches. I
That was a
saw
fun
that.
time,
I
bro.
literally felt like crying after dropping you off there. I'm like, dude, I don't know how you could live there.
No,
You're like one of those happy-go-lucky guys.
you only saw it when you came to pick me up after my last day of the internship. Or
Yeah,
no, my last day of staying there. Then I went to Quresh's house.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You shifted over.
Yo, Quresh, man. Thank God for him. I would have
Yeah,
fucked,
that guy was clutch.
honestly. But
But anyway, I think I just want to say that the reason why I'm doing this is because as you, I think you and I are both find this in common. We're both really deep thinkers. I think we have a lot of thoughts, and like I think one of our best memories from when you were here with me in Rutgers was on one of those Sunday nights after weekends winding down. You get the Sunday blues, and you and I would sit outside your apartment for like an hour. Sometimes it would just be honestly, we would always aim to be like 15 minutes max, but we'd be sitting there for like I think one time we sat there for like 2 hours, right?
bro, we never had an aim. It was just like you dropped off, and then while we were like parking, a conversation would come up, and then you can't just leave it because there's so many strings
Yeah, you
attached to that
can.
conversation. There's just like you have to finish the thought bubble.
Yeah, I actually during one of those conversations, I was thinking like we should record this. Like some of this stuff is fire. Like and I don't usually say that about myself. I'm very self-critical. But some of the topics, some of the things we're saying is fire. And I think, and then when you posted about wanting to start a podcast, I think, literally within 20 seconds, I didn't even check what time it was. I called you because I'm like, dude, I've been thinking about this for so long, and I want to have a podcast. I want to be
Yeah,
part of one, and here we are. And I think for me, it's like this past year, ever since I moved out, has been a year of self discovery and self improvement. Obviously, that should be every year, but this, I would say, the beginning of 2022 was my official start and proper start to improve myself. And I don't know if you've seen changes in me since the last time we were together, but
That's
a lot
the
of people
other
have.
issue, right? Like, the other reason we're doing this is we've been really bad at keeping in touch. Like,
Yeah, we
honestly, like,
suck at keeping
very
in touch.
bad, very bad.
We're so bad.
So
So
that's what I'm hoping for this as well. That it's a way to force us to like commit time and meet. At least it's online. So
exactly. Yeah, yeah, no, exactly. And like if no one finds this interesting and this goes nowhere, at least we have nothing to lose except for time, and we're using that time to catch up. So I
yeah,
don't mind, but hopefully that doesn't happen. But yeah, so like I think all those thoughts in my head, they just stay in my head and it bothers me. And I feel like I can physically feel my head getting heavier, and I want to use this as an outlet to get those thoughts out. So
I don't
I
know.
think that's why I'm doing this as
I don't
well.
know if you feel the same way as I do, but like all these thoughts that we have, at least I'm not that comfortable sharing it, even if it's with a very close friend. But like if it's with you, like there's no like walls, there's no
Oh yeah,
security
I mean,
fence,
yeah,
which is why,
I think that's yeah, I agree.
yeah, like which is why like those late night Sunday night car talks hit different because like when you're talking to a close friend, also there's like I think you feel there's a sense of judgment or what will they think or will they even find this interesting? Because what tends to happen in conversations also is that people listen to reply, they don't listen for listening's sake,
Oh,
and
dude,
that's a big issue,
can you say louder for us in the back one more time?
bro. I don't like it when people just listen to reply and not listen just to listen, man. It makes you feel like you're unheard.
Let me click. Let me snap. I don't know why I just said click. I'm snapping, bro. That was beautiful.
Bro, if you're gonna post produce this, can you like clip this up in the beginning? Like you know how people have like a hook and then they have the jingle and then they start the podcast.
Bro, dude, you're relentless. No, I agree. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm laughing.
Dude, we need. I want. That's what like another thing with the podcast thing is I've learned a lot about editing and stuff. And it's pretty fun. It's
No,
like
no, no.
3D
It's cool.
printing. It's a pain in the ass because like it's really hard to sit down and scrub through the timeline and cut stuff. It's really, which makes me hate this process. But then at the same time, you learn a lot. So
Oh, yeah, I
yeah,
agree. I agree. I think as we go on, we'll get better at clipping and knowing what to get out. Because honestly, I'm thinking about this. What did I say? We wanted to stop at 24 minutes, and I think we're at 48.
take the time and double it.
Yeah. Oh my God. But okay, I think we should wrap this one up real soon. But I just because this is anyways our introductory, so we're just trying to explain why we're doing this. And yeah, that's basically it. It's to get out. I think with you being not only my first cousin, but closer now, you're literally my brother and my best friend. I think one of my first best friends growing up, and I think I couldn't think of a better person to do this with, man. Like I think we all have those friends that we can not talk to for years and pick up where we left off. But you truly are like when I think of that category, you're like the first person that pops up for me as someone who I don't need to talk to them. I think we can talk. We cannot talk for like actual years, and it doesn't matter.
It's
But
been
when I see
it's been
you,
3 years.
it's
It's
been
been
three
3 years
years since
since
we
we did
probably
this
talked. Yeah,
properly. Yeah.
yeah. But I don't feel a slight awkwardness in our conversations or slight drift or distance at all. Though we are literally on opposite sides of the world, right? You're located in UAE, Dubai, and I'm located in USA, NYC,
Yeah.
and two major cities. And I think, and that's another thing. I'm like, okay, you have a really interesting perspective on life more than me because you were brought up in a whole different environment. But then you got a taste of my world when you came here with me in college, and you saw. And I think college is a really crucial time for everyone, no matter who it is. I think a lot of self-discovery, especially more than even high school, happens in college, right? It's like a mixture of both your school life, your child innocence, mixing in with adulthood, just like creeping in right there, like knocking on itself, it's like colliding. There's some moments of just pure, like you feel like a child. There's some moments where you're like, oh shit, like I'm gonna. This is like real world adult problems I'm having right here.
Yeah. Right.
So um, we experience that together. So I like I will as we talk about these topics, I know that you and I um, will have really differing views on a lot of stuff. I mean, to start off, like you left, right? Like you didn't want to stay after. And usually when people come to the States for school, they want to stay, and they come to stay, but you decide to leave. And I think that's a whole different. I think that's a really cool topic that I want to talk about with you, and hear your reflection on what you think about that decision and how where you are today because of it. You know.
Yeah, I agree.
So, yeah, that's it. You know, that's like I don't really have. I'm trying to not have any expectations about this endeavor that we're both kind of taking on. I know that you're really dedicated and disciplined and into this whole thing, and so am I. But I kind of want to. And I think we discussed this too. Like I told you my intentions from the beginning that I kind of want it to be a very free flowing type of thing, that less pressure. If anything, I want this to be like something I look forward to every week, which obviously I will. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit nervous coming in because I'm like, what are we gonna talk about? How is this gonna go? And even right now, I'm like, did we really accomplish what we wanted? But what did we want to accomplish? And I think for me, it was like just doing it, starting it off. So I think we did.
This was definitely longer than what we planned. Uh, we'll get better with timing or like staying on top of topics. This was just an introductory episode, I guess. So,
Yeah,
uh,
I think we didn't even talk about the topic we wanted to talk about. So I think we can bake that in for another episode.
bro, the topic we had was, what was it?
It was
I
instant
mean,
gratification versus gratification.
I feel like that could be another segment altogether. I thought that would come up randomly in between, which it did, which I wanted to
It
expand on.
did.
It came in between.
I
It
think
did, but like I was,
so many topics,
yeah,
so many topics came up in this 50-minute conversation that we have so far.
bro. If anyone's listening until this point, if you can just leave a comment on like what you actually want to know, like if there's something that interested you, just for feedback, right?
Yeah,
Because it'll help us actually get more topics out. Yeah, I don't know who's watching an hour of this. I hope you. I'm
yeah.
sure you have better things
I
to do.
doubt. I doubt anyone I know will listen this far, but I'm gonna have to force some people, and hopefully once I edit this, it'll be less. But yeah, I think I would love to hear what people want to have, what topics people want to hear. And again, this is like us two bros talking about their perspective on all these topics, and both of us going through our own life experiences. There's nothing special about us. Like nothing really qualifies us to talk about this, other than the fact that we're human beings living in today's world and hearing this stuff. And I think the point of the real thing I really want to kind of do is connect with people and see who else can relate. And like you and I were both talking about this, like what is our niche? But I think our niche is us, like our perspectives and what we have. And then as we grow, you know, like I listen to so many different podcasts about different topics, like Jay Shetty and um, Malcolm Gladwell. He has really cool topics that he talks about, and they all have their own. They talk about the same topics, but they all have their own twist to it. And I think I don't get ever tired of hearing one person talking about something.
Yeah, like a lot of these people say the same thing. Like Jay Shetty talks about his monk stuff. Like it's always the same thing, but like it's refreshing to hear it like every
Yeah,
now and then.
right. Like Gary Vee, this guy, I love him. I know you love him. I discovered him from you. And people have a lot of controversial views of everyone. Gary Vee, Jay Shetty. Um,
Yeah, I mean, if you're pleasing everyone, then I don't think you're doing it right, bro. Like honestly.
no, exactly. That's another highlight reel right there.
Uh,
You're on a
I,
roll,
I,
dude.
dude, I'm on like no sleep right now. I was really hoping I wouldn't be like dead right now.
What
But
time is it there again? Just so everyone knows.
10:30, it's not bad.
10:30 p.m. Oh, it's not bad. Okay, it's about 2:30 p.m. over here, Eastern time, New York City
No, but
time.
like the last couple nights I've been up late. So
Oh yeah, same here, man. I mean, technically I should be working. I am on work hours, but um, I'm glad we found this time to do this because this is really important to me. I really hope that we cover a lot of important topics, and you know, like I really hope that people find it engaging and relatable. And I hope that we improve with it. Inshallah, we
I,
will.
I think people will find it somewhat relatable because I've been posting random 30-second, 1 minute vlogs on like TikTok and Reels, and like two people have like reached out to me, people I don't know, saying, "Hey, this is random, but like I feel you on this." Like,
Oh,
It's
really?
crazy.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude, that's amazing.
and like I'm not
Oh,
trying to
wow.
like
Okay.
inspire anyone or anything, but like they just reach out to me
Yo,
saying
yeah.
that.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, man. Like, who are we to inspire? We are nothing. If
But that's the
anything,
last thing I think I am. Yeah, like
yeah, right. I just feel like I always yearn to have these type of conversations with anyone I meet. And everyone's always like, bro, it's not that deep. But like, nah, dude, it's not the fact that it's deep. I hate small talk and I love real conversations. And I think what I always yearn to do is connect with people. And I think, um, when I find common ground with someone who's completely different race, different upbringing, background, whatever, but I find a way to connect with them, that feeling is amazing. I think I literally live for that feeling. And when I get that with someone, I can't stop. I feel really like great. I just feel like, okay, we are truly human beings on this planet from
and
one family.
I think that's why we're doing this at the end of the day, right? Like I think that's a good way to like wrap this up. I guess like that's why we're doing this, to like connect with more
Yeah,
people and also connect with each other because it's been a long time, and this will help
exactly.
us keep in touch.
You know, I
That's
think
very
I think I thought of a name for us.
what is it?
I think I made that a lot more dramatic than I needed to, but I think it should be Car Talks. What do you
Car
think?
talks?
Okay, let me tell you why. I think because
No, I get
when you
why,
brought
but continue.
yeah. That's the thing. Like, I want to continue our car talks, and it's kind of cute if you think about it, right? Like, we both had those amazing talks Sunday night in my car, which, by the way, R.I.P. is gone. Did I ever tell you
Uh,
about that?
no, but I'll
Oh
I'll ask
God,
you after this thing.
yeah. I don't like talking about it. You know how much I love that
Yeah,
car. My
yeah.
first car love.
R.I.P. R.I.P.
Been through so many memories and hardships with me. But
Yeah.
yeah. So that was those late night talks. That was like my therapy for the weekend, right? For the week, we used to unwind about all our thoughts and all our stresses in that week, and you used to listen so beautifully, and vice versa. And we used to just console each other. And I think I want to bring that to the world, or our world, and on a bigger platform, and have these talks, continue these talks about different topics, and get those thoughts out. And I hope
Okay.
that we can do that. So let me know. Just let it marinate for a bit. Maybe we can make it a little
Yeah.
better. Two
Uh,
bros continuing on car talk.
yeah. Obviously, we'll work on the logistic stuff like camera and audio. Because towards the end, right now, I'm hearing your voice is a little rough around the edges. I don't know if that's the same with me, but we'll work on that.
Yeah, it has been. But I'm hoping. I just continue. I'm hoping. I'm trusting that everything was caught properly.
Uh, I mean, after we're done recording, I'll show you the mic I'm using and stuff. The clip-on one. It's a good brand. We'll speak about it later.
I'll order it.
It's pretty cheap, but yeah. Uh,
Okay, man. I think we should wrap this up. We're about to reach the
yeah.
1 hour mark.
It's gone past an hour because the first video was like 9 minutes, right? Then some glitch came up.
No, the
So
first video was like 45 seconds.
no, after that, we were mid podcast and then some memory issue came up, right? So
Oh, but I just paused it. It continues from there.
okay, fine. Then it's been an hour.
Yeah, there's over an hour. Not bad. I'll
Yeah.
take it, and I'll reduce it a little bit here and there. Take out the other yes stuff.
There's no need to clip it. We'll just upload the full video, and then from there, we can create like highlight clips. Like all these guys like Joe Rogan, Impulsive, they're all doing the same thing. You can do the same thing.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
It's not
But
that
yeah,
big.
man. This was good. I'm glad we did this.
Same.
I think I got
Hopefully
that first episode jitters out of the way a little bit.
we hopefully we will be consistent with this once a week. Schedules,
Inshallah.
we're both full time working, so I'm
And
really
for
hoping.
those of you listening, inshallah means God willing. I
Yeah.
love saying that because, at the end of the day, we truly don't have control. We just gotta go with the flow, and whatever happens, happens for good reason. So,
Facts. Yeah. But anyway,
thank you guys for listening. For those of you made it this far, you're truly a homie.
it's probably like 3 people. If you have any questions or like you want us to expand on something, let us know, honestly.
And also, if you think of a good name, let us know too before we think of one.
Yeah. I've already gotten 2 suggestions, by the way, so I'll tell you about that later.
Oh,
One
cool.
is one is off the cuff.
Off the cup.
because like this mic thing is like on the cuff. I think that's what he was going for. I'm gonna ask him later.
Oh, off the cuff. I thought it was off the cup. I was like trying to like keep a straight face and
No,
be like,
no, no.
oh, I don't know
No,
about
no, off
that.
the
Off
cuff.
the cuff thing.
Off the cuff.
Okay.
And
Alright.
then the other
Hold up.
one, it's in the blooper reel of the second episode I did. Un- Unnamed conversations.
Unnamed conversation. Untamed or unnamed?
Unnamed. Like there's no name to this. I don't know what we're doing. Yeah, we'll work on this. Let's just start posting at least. Let's just continue doing this. If we get a good name on the way, we'll take it.
Yeah, I agree. All right, man.
Yeah.
Let's log off.
Yeah,
We gotta think of a good ending script too. Wow, this is really truly the beginning.
I was just gonna say this is Aziz Hussain signing out.
Yeah, that's pretty basic. We'll make it better.
Yeah.
This is two bros signing off.
Good night, guys.
I think we should stop. We'll stop.
See ya.
Peace out, guys.